they're not there. We don't have all the answers. We as engineers still do not have all the answers, I think. I mean, one of the problems, first of all, is the rubber bits, which are very difficult to model. So the bit that actually is responsible for transmitting the grip from the car to the tarmac is the bit that's probably least well understood.
But you touched on something that reminds me of a previous guest we had, was Professor Brian Cox, the astrophysicist, who spoke about the healthiest cultures are where people celebrate being wrong because they understand we don't have all the answers. Yeah. And I'm interested in, how do you create a culture where you do have the humility to accept we don't have all the answers, the data doesn't provide us with everything?
Well, it's a very good question. I think it's one of the cultural changes that needed to make when I first started at Red Bull. Red Bull, as I mentioned, was the Ashes of Jaguar, based in the Midlands. And I grew up in the Midlands. I went to college in Leamington Spa. And in those days, which was the mid-70s, then we used to go have day-out trips to, I think we had one to Ford and Dagenham, and we had one to Triumph motorcycles. And I remember, because that was the days when Kawasaki with the Z1 and Yamaha and Suzuki, all those Japanese bikes, Honda, of course, were starting to come in. And they were very popular, they were reliable, they worked, they did what they said on the tin, whereas a Triumph or a Norton, bloody thing, would spend most of the time in the garage trying to fix it. And so it was clear that the Japanese were coming, and the Triumph and Norton starting to struggle. Anyway, we went to see Triumph, and the guy was showing us around. And I asked him, well, what do you think of the challenge from the Japanese? He said, son, we at Triumph make the best motorcycles in the world. We have nothing to worry about. And it's that Midlands arrogance that unfortunately led to the downfall of British Leyland and the British bike industry. And that was alive and well at Red Bull as the Ashes of Jaguar, that sort of Midlands engineering arrogance, I call it, had percolated and was very alive and well there, that although they'd only ever finished seventh in the constructors,